Hi, this is Orange County Executive Steve Newhouse. In our county, we have one of the most sophisticated 911 systems in the country, and we're continuing to make it better. When you call 911 in Orange County, rest assured you have a team of professionals ready to help you.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
So we're in the 911 Emergency Services Center here in Goshen, and I'm here with Pete Srigliano, our Commissioner of Emergency Services for Orange County. So Pete, when a 911 call is received here, somebody calls on their cell phone or home asking for help by dialing 911, what happens here?
Any call in Orange County, when somebody dials 911, it comes right into this center. They will take the information, they will type the information from the 911 caller into the notes. That information is instantaneously transmitted to our dispatchers. The dispatchers then push that information out to the field, fire, EMS, and police.
Some people might not know where they are, so they're frantic, they're in an emergency when they call for 911. How are we able to identify their location?
One of the technologies that we have in place here is identifying the GPS location of that 911 caller. We have 2 interstates here in Orange County, so when we have people frequently driving through Orange County, they don't know where they are. Because we have that technology in place here, we're able to pinpoint where their 911 call is.
And is your breathing normal for you, Thomas?
We have 311, which is mental health and suicide prevention, suicide awareness, and we have 911 here, co-located. One of the few in the country that have it that way. We are very fortunate to have that set up. They work hand in hand, and mental health and working with 911 is key to our success.
All right, and what is your name?
When somebody calls 911 and they don't hear that the call taker actually transmitting on the radio, they do get a sense of panic that the call's not being expedited. However it is, the setup that we have here is a national standard, and as soon as that call taker is actually getting the information, they're typing it simultaneously. There is no delay in the dispatcher getting that information out.
All right, do you have a history of heart problems?
Over 220,000 calls about a year on average here into this center for 911 calls, people needing assistance here in Orange County. They are certified in CPR instruction. They go to the National Academy of Emergency Dispatch. They get trained in all disciplines, fire, EMS, and law enforcement. They just do a phenomenal job every single day.
This is a major operation here. What does it take to stand up, answer those calls, dispatch the help?
Every shift requires 9 dispatchers between call taking and dispatching. We have to ensure that the floor is adequately staffed, and that's 24/7, 365. That's holidays, that's weekends. They're here. It's crucial that we keep morale up. It's a very difficult job. They are taking really, really tough calls to take every single day, life and death. To become a dispatcher, it takes about a year to get up to speed. It includes about 10 weeks of classroom instruction, and then they go work with a dispatcher trainee. Then they have to get certified National Academy of Emergency Dispatch in fire, EMS, and police dispatch, and they have to recertify that every 2 years, and they just do a phenomenal job.
All right, stay on the line. I'm going to ask you a few quick questions, and then we're going to be dispatching the ambulance for you.
So we're here in the Emergency Operations Center, and one of the biggest fears that you and I have and that we're constantly training for, having drills, is a mass casualty event. What happens in this building, in this room that we're in now, when something like that happens?
So anytime we have a natural disaster, as you described, a mass casualty incident where we have numerous people that are either seriously injured or potentially killed, this room gets going right away. It's called the Emergency Operations Center. Our staff here in the EOC are constantly tracking what's happening in the news, especially in Orange County, but also throughout the state, throughout the country. What's happening in another state might impact what we do here in this EOC. And then it involves coordination with our state, local, and federal partners. We are constantly in communication with the State Department of Homeland Security. A lot of that happens right here in this building, right here in this room. But we have to constantly be prepared. Anytime we have a large-scale incident, we will routinely call them, whether it be West Point, Orange and Rockland, Central Hudson, and have them come in here. Because it's a lot easier for us to have that side conversation with the Central Hudson representative or Orange and Rockland to get real-time information about what's the power outages, what's the restoration time, and then we need to communicate that information to the public.
So Pete, we're here in the command room in the Emergency Operations Center. Let's talk about what happens and why would people be here and who was going to be in this room if there is a mass casualty event or an emergency.
Yeah, basically key stakeholders are going to be in the county executive's command room, consisting of the deputy county executive, the county attorney, the chief of staff. It's also critical to have the PIO here, the public information officer. This is where we're going to discuss the particulars of the event, but more importantly, how is it going to impact Orange County? And decisions, key decisions will be made out of this room as to how we have to operate, how we have to navigate the difficult event.
So we're talking about enhancing technologies, and one of the big things that we're worried about right now is active shooter situations and school shootings. What are the new technologies that you and I and the county are investing in to help first responders be prepared for that?
One is the bidirectional antennas that we've been installing in our schools. And what that is going to do is improve the communication lines in the schools, so our first responders can communicate clearly to 911 dispatch. The other investment that we're making, which is I think is a critical investment, is schematic mapping of our schools. If we get a 911 call coming into the center here, we can then look at the schematic mapping of the school, find out where the AED location is, let's say it's a CPR event, or if it's a fire event, we can find where the incident is in the school, and we can direct our first responders to the right section in the school, which will expedite the timing.
There's a wow factor when you come in here, but we're also constantly brainstorming and looking at the next best thing.
We are set to make some serious upgrades to our software and hardware because we have to adjust to the time. We have to, as this new technology comes out, we have to make sure that we're investing in that. And in the end, I believe it's going to be one of the biggest and best in the country.
Okay, Angela, I'm sending the ambulance for you now. Stay on the line. I'm going to tell you exactly what to do next, okay?
As you can see, protecting Orange County is no small task. I hope you have a better appreciation for the men and women who are first responders. And we're going to continue to invest in public safety in Orange County.